Hello friends, welcome back. Let's take a look at Link. Then we'll be doing Link versus the dollar and Link versus Bitcoin as ever, as we do in these episodes. And well, the price action has, we've had enough volatility here for people who are trading this on a small time frame. Just looking here, with the 5% moves that you've been having over the last few days, that you could be doing that if you wanted to. I'm not financial advice, not as financial advice. We can see that we're still in this general sort of little phase of consolidation, or anyway, we're with the wicks making it look like we've got this potential consolidation type idea on the go. Obviously, the bodies all being at the very bottom of this isn't, it just makes it look a bit different. But there's all happening in this area of where we have this 786 Fibonacci retracement in just there, and the prices haven't stayed above the 236 Fibonacci retracement on our sort of speculative one. It's been great. We've not gone down to that 47,000 area again or anything. But even if we did do that, then we could still consider it to just be a higher low so far. Currently looking at the prices, generally speaking, though, what we want to see happen is as we've done well enough in the sense that the prices right now back up at that 51,000. We've been speaking about wanting to see the prices remain up at 51,000 for the closing of the week. If we can get that, that'd be good, so that we can have this higher high on the weekly time frame that we've been speaking about. I suppose you can't really see that very well, just make it so you can see it a bit better. So, we can continue this overall upward movement to the upside, woo, to the moon. And doing so, we want to see the prices staying above that area there, really, in terms of the weekly. But of course, that's the question being like, are we going up, or are we going to sit in a lower high here and actually start to consolidate in this area, or perhaps trend down to the downside? Those are the three questions in terms of the weekly. Overall, we're doing really great at the minute, and we want to see the prices stay up above the 51,000 area. Looking down to the 24-hour time frame, of course, it's a little bit lower here than it is here. If I just bring up the oscillators, we knew that was potential with the sort of little bit of touches of divergence that we had between these highs here, to have potentially come and have a lower high set in here and consolidate in and around this area. And in general, what we're looking at is for the prices to stay above 48,000 and hopefully break above 51,500. But bearing in mind that there's a range to be played there in the meantime. Should prices drop below 47,000, then we're looking at lower lows, a lower low here, and we could revisit this again and see if we come back up, if we get a head and shoulders pattern, for instance, or some sort of reversal effort. But we want to see that at the worst, consolidation, I suppose, and at the best, what we want to see is this just continue to trend to the upside, with a sort of upward, perhaps an upward channel coming in here, and giving us something like that, where we can go in and overall get higher highs here on the daily time frame compared to 53,000. So that's what we have to look to over the next couple of weeks. Should we go, at any time you could go there much quicker, of course. This is not financial advice, like I'm saying. Just this is the narrative, the thread that we're pulling on currently. Can we sort of maintain this trajectory here at the minute or not, and what we're looking at? And of course, a little bit of divergence, but that's what you get. I mean, we're up in the oversold area, for instance. Was it divergent? Yeah, just a little tiny wee touch of it here, and that's fine. Overbought territory and whatnot, coming up, getting quite close to the top of that zone and being rejected, whatever. This fading off a bit, it's not great, but we've got this this is a strength of trend saying it's there, and we could see this continue on up. But the prices then obviously to be aware of are those ones we've spoken about, and I think these things would follow along with follow suit thereafter should you break these areas like 53,000 or indeed 47,000, and that to the lower side. Let's take a look down at the 4-hour time frame and see if we've got anything spectacular. Fascinating. No, I see we're just consolidating just right now in this little 4-hour time frame. And is there a huge measure move to be made off the back of some consolidation like this? Well, not really. I mean, you're just saying, will we come up there towards up here into above 53,000 and try and go up there for highs or whatever, or could we end up coming down here towards the 47? Like that's just kind of, it all adds up like that, really. Let's go over to the dollar prices. By the way, like, subscribe and all that stuff to these videos if you like them on a daily basis. I do daily videos for Bitcoin, Ethereum, ChainLink, and if you subscribe here, I almost always get the name wrong when I go to say it. Got a lexical referencing error, they call it. And Tezos. I do daily videos for all of those, so like, subscribe, all that jazz. Thanks very much. So over here in the dollar prices, same story essentially is what we're looking at. We're above the 21 here on the 4-hour time frame. That's good. We're consolidating, so we can't really say much about divergence. You could say that we're looking at a 4-hour downward trend should the prices not actually make it above 375, 376. We have this horizontal line here at 371. Could you off the back of this be a little bit bearish in the short term time frame? I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, and take an easy to manage terms of your risk short off the back of that, perhaps down towards these areas as part of a consolidation trend. Maybe you could anticipating something like this on the go over the next wee while, but then again, that's highly speculative, and I suppose all trading is highly speculative, isn't it? Let's just be honest about that. But the area that we're looking to sort of to negate that is that 372 area and 375, 376, so we can make higher highs on here and just continue what's overall been an upward trend here in the 4-hour time frame. But looking towards the highs and things, we've got bearish divergence jumping at us between these 2 points, which then got satisfied, I suppose you could say there. Then we were bullishly convergent there, but actually just we let the oscillators reset somewhat. Overall twisting and turning. This is we're on top at the minute here for this one, but the ADX and sloping down underneath the 20 as part of consolidation. That's fair enough. You'd want to see that this actually function up the way as opposed to just repeating what we've seen already again, which could easily happen as part of consolidation. So we have to see if it pans out that way or not. Looking towards those levels like we spoke about, I suppose 380 being what we really need to be above, because that's this Fibonacci retracement here, this 236. Invalidate this bad boy here, get us on moving on up the way. Just give me 1 second here. That there is in the wrong place. As I'm looking at that, I can see it's in the wrong place. That must have been drawn in like that previously. Sorry anyhow, but I'll just get rid of that one for now. I must have moved it around at some point and just put in fresh ones instead. And we'll go with from here to here for now, and we'll have one other one from here to, well, here. And zoom back in again. Excuse me, bear with me. Really, we're in the golden pocket here, the 618 on that. You can see 618 just there. Just we're in that sort of golden pocket area just in here, where the prices are. So you could see turnarounds in the price action happening there, worth bearing in mind. But again, of course, we're above this 236 here, so this is an invalid currently Fibonacci retracement. I want to see the prices remain above this here and actually move on past that and kind of invalidate this one. Let us remove it from the chart or rejig it or whatever, and also be above the 618 over here from the bigger term Fibonacci, and that kind of sums us up for where we are in terms of price action. I'm sorry it went so ugly there at the end. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next episode. I'm sorry I didn't really do a summary, but I forget what I'm kind of trying to do a summary at some points, and then I forget to say, hey, this is a summary. Whatever, I'll get better at all that sort of stuff. Like, subscribe, yeah. Great. Thanks so much for being part of the family. Really appreciate you tuning in today. You could be doing anything, but you're here looking at this with me. Let me know your thoughts on ChainLink in the comments below. I would like to know. And are we just turning around at 618 here and going to look for a lower low or something like that? Will this turn into some sort of head and shoulders type thing? What were your thinkings on this? Really, are we just going to see a 4-hour downward trend? Is this 4-hour downward trend that we're seeing going to turn into a tiny, small descending broadening wedge, which is a continuation pattern, and get a measured move off the back of something like this up to above here, and be looking at the targets that we're talking about in $4 and stuff like that as well, where it's a nice round number? Could we be seeing any of that sort of stuff over the next wee while? Be interesting to see, but we know the sort of the immediate sort of levels to keep in mind for now. So thanks so much. I'll catch you in the next episode.